A warm good morning to all along. We may have grown up into adults, but our heart still enjoys small things. Let's embrace our inner child on this Children's Day. I wish each and every one of you a happy Children's Day. On this very special day, IIM Library and Information Center has come up with a great initiative by launching a children's library inside the campus. And I warmly welcome you all to this function, especially our little kids who are the shining stars of the day, to the soft launch of IIM Students Library, or a children's library. Family all for you thanks time. We will begin the ceremony with a prayer song. May I now request Aditi with you to raise this occasion with a prayer song. We have with us today Mrs. Aditi Chatterjee and Professor Debashis Chatterjee, the Director of IIM. It gives me immense pleasure to invite our chief guest to the ceremony. Let's extend a hearty welcome to Mrs. Aditi Chatterjee and Professor Debashis Chatterjee to the ceremony. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing this occasion with your presence. As a couple of love, we would like to give our chief guest a small present. I invite Master Ayush Naikal to present a flowering plant to Mrs. Aditi Chatterjee. Next, we have Pizza Aditi to present the flowering plant to Professor Debashis Chatterjee. Now, may I please request our chief guest to symbolically plant the sapling in the pot kept over here.
You can stand next to her.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So today we are privileged to have amongst us two personalities who are an inspiration to the young minds present here today. Both teachers at the journey called life. For them, books and students have been an integral part of the ecosystem. They have been lovingly nurtured over the years and across the globe. Pleased to introduce our audience, Mrs. Aditi Chatterjee and Professor Debashis Chatterjee, to a big round of applause. Has dedicated her life to K-12 education and is currently the Dean Research and Innovation at Silver Hills High Secondary School, Kozhikode. She has earlier served as a Dean, teacher and international counselor at several schools in her rich academic career of over 2 decades. An electrical engineer, she followed her heart and completed an MBA in finance and is closely associated with mentoring the brightest young minds at Silver Hills School. Welcome, ma'am. Next, we have our own director, Professor Debashis Chatterjee, a lifelong teacher, an institution builder, and a prolific and internationally published author. He has 18 books to his credit, including Can You Teach Algebra from Algebra, Timeless Leadership, and his latest release, Karma Sutra, The Leadership and Wisdom in Uncertain Times, published as part of IIM Kozhikode Sage Silver Jubilee series. Professor Chatterjee has mentored some of the biggest and busiest minds in the management world for nearly 2 decades and has trained more than 20,000 school principals and teachers who have in turn created generation of precious assets in the pursuit of knowledge and dissemination. Madam and sir, we are grateful to have you join us here as IIM Kozhikode endeavors to bring together the youngest minds of the community in an enriching journey to the future. Now we have a floor tribute to our Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, whose birthday we are celebrating as Children's Day. So now, in the fond memory of our former Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on this Children's Day we are offering a floral tribute to commemorate him. I request our guests, followed by the children, to come forward and do the honors. So now we have a very interesting session. Somehow we love listening to stories. Everyone, right? So now we have a very interesting session. So today, ma'am will recite a story for you all. So ma'am, over to you.
I only know some names. So you tell your names one by one, starting from here.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I need to know. No, where do we start from? We start from this side. Aditi, we start from here.
I am Aditi.
Yeah.
Little loudly.
Louder.
I am Aditi. I am Sukriti.
Sukriti.
The little one behind with the bow. What's your name? Ayushi.
Ayushi.
Okay.
My name is Raghav.
Radha.
My name is Anirudh.
Anirudh.
My name is Fizan.
Okay.
My name is Arjun.
I actually needed to ask which classes you go to, but anyway, we'll do that later on. So I think we need to thank everybody who's thought of this idea of having a library for you people, where you can come, read, enjoy, do a little bit of conversations and storytelling. So we are celebrating Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday today. He used to love children, and he realized that the future of the world, of the nation, of the country actually depends on you people. We have already lived our lives. We have done things the way we wanted. Now it's for all of you to understand and know that the world going ahead is in your hands. The country is in your hands, your city is in your hands, your campus is in your hands. And how do you want it to be? How the way you want that to be is the way you're going to make it, right? It's your thought that comes in your mind. This is what I want my country. So whenever you see something that is not right happening in the world today, you know that this is what I don't want the future of India to look like, or the future of this campus to look like. Who is the change maker? Each one of you today. You are little ones, of course, but you have immense potential in you to make that change, to bring about the change, because you have to start thinking in those lines. Now, when I talk about children, what are the three things that is there in children that is missing in adults? Can you think of three characteristics?
Imagination.
Yes.
Imagination.
Imagination.
Youth, wonderful. Imagination, wonderful. What else?
Creativity.
Creativity, great. Anything else? They don't do much of? I can't get it. Fun. Oh yes, fun. Childhood. Children means fun. Yes. Energy. Wonderful. So we're talking about youthfulness. We're talking about energy. That means you don't see it in us, right? Adults are lacking in energy. They're lacking in fun. There is no fun. Do it. Don't do this. Always advising, right? This is not good for you. This is not okay for you. One more thing. Curiosity. To know what's happening. We just go around. This is there. This is there. So don't let those three things. One is an innocence. And joyfulness. Happiness. Whenever you cross children, when I take a walk in the evening, uncle and I will see that there's so much of laughter. When we cross adult conversations, I don't hear fun. I don't hear laughter. I only see serious conversations. People looking at each other discussing. When I come across the children, they're laughing, they're enjoying. So these are the three things that is there in you today. But keep it alive in you. Curiosity, happiness, and what else? Inquisitiveness. What else? Joyfulness. What else? Innocence. So don't let these things die when you grow up. Now all of us have heard the story of the tortoise and the hare, right?
Yeah.
What happens in that story?
Tortoise wins.
There's a tortoise and there's a hare. They try to have a match together. They say, let's race. And the tortoise and the hare start. Tortoise is very slow, very clumsy. What a body structure it has. Hare is so agile, so goes fast. So the hare is very sure that I'm going to get the race. And they start running. But the tortoise, he is not feeling that I don't have enough. I'm not like the hare. He has confidence in his own ability and he starts the race. After some time, when the hare looks back, they see that they have found an end point. They have got a point and they say, this is the point where we will go to. And they both start running. And the hare looks back and says, my God, tortoise is so far away behind, walking slowly, carrying the big shell of his behind on his back. So the hare has gone, the hare knows, I can reach the end point in no time. Let me sit down, have some rest. So he finds a nice shade of a tree and the hare goes to rest over there. Okay. Now the tortoise comes, walks. Tortoise not given up. Tortoise does not wait to rest. Tortoise knows that this is my limitation. I can't be fast. But what can I be? I can be steady. I can continue to do what I do well and I don't need to stop. So he goes on and walks, crosses the sleeping hare and reaches the end point. So what happens? When the hare gets up, hare sees, oh my God, I have lost the race. Tortoise, even though the tortoise was slow and I ridiculed the tortoise, he or she, whatever, has won the race. So now the hare is feeling sad, tortoise is feeling happy, but they say, no, we want to be friends. We don't want to fight because you ran the race faster and you could not run the race. What do? Let's become friends. Alright? So now they have an idea. And what do? Is they say, let's try to they mark the end point on the other side of the river. And this time the tortoise says that we will be as fast as possible. And tortoise decides, the hare decides, I'm not going to rest. But what do? They fix the end point at the other end of the river. Now when they run together, the hare runs very fast till the river and the hare can't swim after that. Whereas the tortoise trudges to the edge of the river and then swims very fast. So they realize that we both are good in some things, we are not good at all the things, right? All of us realize, even when you have brothers and sisters, you have classmates, you have friends, somebody sings well, like Alan sang so beautifully today, somebody paints very well, somebody reads very well. So each one of us are made up of some very good things about ourselves. That doesn't mean somebody is better. We are all equally good. That's what we have to understand, right? So then they realize, okay, if I can swim fast and get there, the hare can run fast on land. So what they decide is, why don't we work as a team? And what do? They run till on the land they are running. The hare and the tortoise will sit on my back. Not as a happy. Hare is running, tortoise is sitting on the back and goes there. Now who's fast? Of course the hare is fast. Tortoise doesn't have to take any time to go there. Once they reach the edge of the river, what they do is, because the egg can't swim, the tortoise starts to swim and tells the egg, you sit on my back. And he swims across the river and they reach the end point. Who is the winner now? Who is the winner? Why do we become winners? They help each other. They worked as a team, they worked as friends. So in life it's very important. We can be very good at something. We can go ahead and leave a lot of people behind. But it's a very lonely race if you are, all alone at the top. Isn't it better to be with friends? Better to be with all of us together? So that's the story you're going to take home with you and remember. Okay, I think you're right. This story I use a lot for my children in the school. I don't even heard the story. So this little girl, her father is a chef. You know what is a chef? So one day she is very worried, very troubled, and she says, oh, I have a small girl, 8 years old. I don't like this world, there's so much work, I have so much of homework, I can't go out to play. So she sad about a lot of things. So her father calls her and he says, come. Okay. So she says, what is it? So she takes one egg. Have you all seen an egg? Yes. When you touch the egg, hard outside. Then he brings a potato. Have you seen a potato? Yes. Yeah. How is it again? No, it's quite hard. It's soft. Can you either the egg or the potato when it is raw? Can you take the peel out? No. You have to use a peeler to peel the egg. Sorry, the potato you cannot peel the egg at all because it will break if you try to take off the shell. And when the peel that comes out of the potato is very thin, right? And then he shows us some coffee. He's cooking in the kitchen, so he has all ingredients for the kitchen, and that's the coffee. Okay. Now he takes 3/4 of water and it starts to boil. And in one he puts the egg, in one he puts the potato, and in the third one he puts the coffee powder. Okay. And he allows them to boil for some time. After it has boiled, he brings the 3 things outside again. And he tells the girl, now touch the egg. What happened to the egg? Still hard. Now you try to break it, what happens? It peels. And there's one solid thing inside. If you try to break the egg in the beginning, what happens? It was broken and not potato when you peel it, it's becoming mushy. The hard potato under the peel became soft now, right? You can squeeze it with your hands, you can touch it with your hands. What happened to coffee? Right? You can't make the coffee anywhere anymore. Where is the coffee? It's mixed with the water and it's giving us great aroma. Oh, I want to drink some coffee. And then the father then goes like, see, these are small things about my kitchen. But this is what life is about. Some people are very hard on the outside. But and the hot water was tough situations in life. Difficult times. Everything will not be easy. Some days there's an exam. You can't touch I got the answers. Some days you don't know the answers. Some days something happens, something falls down, leads to an accident. So those are things we are not prepared for, right? The egg was so soft inside, when it was put to a hard, tough condition, it was hard to work. The potato which looked so hard and strong outside, when put to a tough condition, what happened? It became soft, right? What happened to the coffee? It mingled in the tough situation and gave out better aroma. So, what type of a person am I becoming? When difficulties come to me, am I like a potato where I am soft and I'm not ready to face the world? Or am I like an egg, I get so hard, I'm not allowing people to help me, I'm not allowing, I become so rigid and adamant, I don't want to interact with people, I don't want to allow them to help me? Or am I like the coffee where I mingle with it, I allow the hardships, I take it in my stride, and I really get better, right? I'm able to face the challenges of life as it comes to me. So when going forward, whenever a situation comes to you, try to think, am I the egg? Am I the potato or am I the coffee? And try to become what? Egg, potato, coffee, what do you want to become like? Coffee, yes. Next time you get food aroma of coffee, this is what I want to become. When there's a difficult situation, I need to see how I can face it and get better. Every problem life gives you, it's only for you to get better. Remember, no problem in life comes for you to get worse. What you did not know before the problem, you only get better after solving the problem. And every problem has a solution. The problem only comes because there is a solution. It does not come because there is no solution. So don't get disheartened. It's It's your day to take. Let's celebrate all of you. Let's clap for you. And we want a better, beautiful, happier, joyful, curious world ahead. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Priya. So, how was the service session? Enjoy. You will often call back.
Yeah.
We will have a service session like that.
Now we read all of them story. Next week we will read not one side. Each one has to bring one story home. Then we have more stories.
Yeah. So, next time, you people will tell stories to us. We will listen. We will enjoy. We will learn. Okay. So now, let me invite our on-director, Professor Debashis Chatterjee, for an interactive session with our kids. Sir,
Interactions just happening from there. So who's going to ask me the question first? You can ask anything you want, but whether I can answer or not, I don't know. So then you can ask. You know what I want to say. Depends on what you want. Suppose you want to look at the number of trains that are coming to it's called a railway timetable or something. Suppose you want to read about the history of India, what kind of book? What's it? What is it?
yes.
You will be your physical, that's fine. If you want to know something about yourself, you don't diary. So you will read your diary. You know, you have to go about yourself. You are going to look at your own diary. But who is writing the diary? Ourselves. So what is ourselves? Who is this ourselves? Who is this thing? Who is the person? Where is me? Where is me? Me is here, but your mind is in the home. You read it in the morning at home. You are not here, your mind is somewhere else. So when are you tell me where are you looking? Where are you sitting right now? So you are you point out, if I tell you I'm talking to you and it is me, you are thinking that you are like that, you show yourself. You say, oh, you are here, right? You are not saying here. Oh, this is me. You don't say this is me. Or you say this is me. You are saying this is me, right? So me, where is the me? In the heart. She's saying brain and then you are saying in the heart. Why in the heart? You have that expression learn by heart. Learn by heart. Why did you say learn by brain? Because you can't hear it, so when you're talking, you can move and then, yeah.
When we have a touch of what we are reading, we can read it faster and easily.
Wonderful. So what are you saying? What's your name?
Vedanta.
Vedanta is saying when we love, we read faster. Right? So when you love something, you will pay more attention. Definitely learning by heart doesn't mean that your heart is something out of the dictation that you're learning. That's in fact, see, the heart being the center of attention. So when you love something, it becomes the center of your attention. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what do you love? You like something or what do you love? Painting, right? So when you're painting, your attention is constantly on the painting. Yes or no? You like reading. So you're reading, how long can you read? You can read for? How long? So how long can you read? 1 hour. So you can see lots of words you can't read more than 1 hour. what to read. It's the questions you ask them. You can know you love what you read. If you really love it, then what do you get out of that? Will be your entire attention. So the thing is not what you read, but how you read it. You see what I'm saying? If you read it with deep attention, you immediately know that this is something that love, your attention is there. How do you find out what is a good book? Suppose you have 50 books, Indian Kozhikode. No, so if you don't like it, you still have to read something, no?
Yeah, then I
So how do you read something that you don't like?
By trying it out, you might just like it in the end.
Okay, how many of you sitting here like mathematics? Can you raise your hand? A lot of them. There's a good campus. Achha, how many of you don't like mathematics at all? There's a good number. So how do you get to like mathematics?
By doing it a lot.
By doing what? By doing what?
it's fun. It's fun. By like trying it.
Yeah, by trying and
By trying it.
Yeah. Okay, I can't hear you. Let her speak. Yeah, go ahead. And this is the concept. Concepts of math. Okay. What else? How else? Yeah.
By doing it.
Louder. I can't hear you.
Mathematics, there are very different kinds like decimals, addition. So we can just try the continuously.
Yes.
You can learn many new techniques.
You can learn any technique. But if you don't love it, you will not learn it. Yes or no?
Yes. But
So-
you can learn
but
So how do you love something which you don't like? See, I don't like mathematics, but I still have to learn. So how do I get to love something I don't like?
I guess like try it in a way you like.
So he's saying there is a way. Yeah? Okay, you have to be louder because I can't hear most of it. But anybody from there? Write in an interesting way. So you have to make the way interesting, right?
Yeah.
Try it in an interesting way. But when you try it in an interesting way, you will realize that the problem was not with mathematics. The problem was in the way I was trying to learn it or understand it, right? So my effort has to be more. I have to put more effort in a way that I learn. Or where will the more effort come from? It will come from where?
Practice.
Okay, so this is a book that Aditi auntie and I are writing together. It's called The Elephant and the Mouse. I'll tell you the story at the end. But I want to give this book to the one who really wants it. Tell me who wants it. Okay. Okay. Anyone who really wants it can take it. Okay, this is all I have. I will have more. Okay, just go back. I will give you the ones that are missed out. You get something. So, okay, everybody will get a book. Don't worry, everybody will get a book. Now, I want to ask a simple question. I want to ask you a simple question. There were so many of you sitting there, but only 7 or 8 came here. Right? All came later, but the first 2 came. We're trying the most, right? You want to get out of your seat and you want to go, and if you really like it, you have to put an effort, right?
yeah,
And where will the effort come from?
Us.
from our heart.
From our heart and from. So if your heart is in it, you will run to get. You will get up from your seat to get it. You will make the effort to get it. So if you love mathematics, then you will know whether you love it or not based on the effort that you're making. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? So what you call learning, what you call an interesting way of learning mathematics is effort that you make with love. Yes or no?
Yes.
So unless you love it, you will not make the effort. And where is the effort going to come from? It's going to come from you. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So just look at this. Just look at this. If I have to learn something, I have to learn it by heart.
Yes.
Heart is not the physical heart. Heart is center of attention. When I do anything from the heart, the effort that I make will come naturally to me. Right?
Yeah.
And that natural effort is what I call love. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to end because I have to go. I'm going to end. Michael, they should get their food packages before. So what I will do is I will tell you a story. But let me, first. No, give it to them. Take one. Everybody gets a packet.
That's it, there no need to come.
Don't need to come, I'll come and give it. Sabko de do, then I will tell you story. Very quickly give us. Don't start eating here, okay? You're not allowed to eat. I'm allowed to have some coffee, but you're not allowed. So I'm asking a question. The question is, how do you learn? You learn by heart. Where is the heart? Heart is where the center of attention is. This is not biology, the center of attention. So when I learn something by heart, immediately I make the maximum effort, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Their attention is on the food packet cycle.
And also on the books that you gave away.
And also the books that I gave away. So you have to keep the book and the food packet aside and then listen to the last story from the book and then I will go. Okay? So if you could just have them, very quickly give it to them. Do you like the campus?
Yes.
So what is the best part of the campus? What is the best thing about the
The
campus?
nature.
Nature is the most beautiful. You can see we have brought nature here inside.
Yeah.
Is this a good classroom?
Yes.
Do you like the classroom?
Yes.
Okay. So why do you like nature?
Because it's very clean and
I
refreshing.
can't hear you.
Because it's beautiful. It's very refreshing.
Why is it refreshing? Why is nature refreshing?
I guess the colors and it's very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Everybody's got it? Quickly, yeah. So now I can have my coffee. Okay. So let me finish with the story. Right? You're prepared to listen? Are you? So when you listen, you have to listen with your heart. Because I'm going to ask you questions after I tell you the story. So when you listen with your heart because you love to listen. See, the best way to learn is to listen. When you listen with your heart, you will learn more than anybody else does who's not listening with the heart. So listening with the heart means bringing my full attention to everything that is being said. So if your mind is on the food packet like that, you're not listening. If you're waiting to say something, as I'm talking to you, you're not listening. If you're thinking of your cat or your dog while I'm talking to you, you're not listening. If you're thinking, when shall I go and eat what is inside the packet, you're not listening. So when you're listening, you are doing nothing else except listening. Can you only listen? This is the most important step towards learning. Because when you love something, or love something that you want to learn from or hear from, you got to listen. Nature is so beautiful because when you listen to nature, you will hear a harmony, a rhythm, something that you don't find in concrete. That's why we brought all of this inside the classroom, right? So this is the story. The story is about, you will find it in the small booklet. We've given you this is an unfinished book, but you can read. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, now put it down. You have to listen to what I'm telling. The story is being told. This story about an elephant. And the elephant, yes, the huge elephant is trying to cross a bridge. Right? And the bridge is made up of the bark of a tree. Old tree, in those villages they have those small bridges over rivers made of small tree trunks, big tree trunks.
Yeah.
So it's a small river. And rivulet, not a river, a tributary of a river. And the tree is like the bridge. and an elephant is about to cross the bridge, and a mouse moving around the feet of the elephant says, "Brother, I find for you this is a short distance, but for me it's a long distance. Can I get on your back and take a ride?" The elephant can't hear because the mouse's voice is so small. The elephant can't hear anything. So the mouse gets on the back of the elephant and says, "Brother, since silence is another name for yes, I thought you are permitting me, so I am on your back already." And the elephant has begun to move, and the mouse is seeing that the bridge is like, it's like a elephant is so huge, and the bridge is like shaking a little bit. The mouse says, "Brother, two of us can be very heavy. Be careful, the bridge may collapse." The elephant can't hear anything. The mouse says, "Brother, don't turn to the left, go to the right." Elephant can't hear anything because the elephant crosses the bridge every day. And the mouse's voice is so frail and soft, the elephant can't hear. The elephant slowly goes through and crosses over. And the mouse gets down from the back of the elephant. Mouse gets down from the back of the elephant and says, "Brother, see how I guided you through. Next time you need my help, this is my phone number, give me a call." And the mouse vanishes. Elephant does not realize. Elephant thinks some voice he was hearing, but mouse is so faint. Elephant moves on, as it always does, right? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. The question is, what is that mouse? Who is the elephant and what is the bridge? Do you have an idea what it would be?
The bridge is a tree.
Bridge is a tree, okay.
An old tree.
And who's the mouse?
The guide, the person who guides but actually didn't.
But the person who guides but actually did not, yes. He was?
He was the guide of that elephant.
He was the guide of the elephant. And who was the elephant?
But the elephant did not actually get any use.
Because he learned it by heart.
Sorry? The elephant?
Who learned it by heart the way to go.
Like his practice.
Who learned it by heart? The elephant learned it by heart. Okay, how many of you feel that you are the elephant? How many of you feel you are the elephant? How many of you feel you are the mouse? Okay, very interesting. More people in the mouse category, right? So, who is the mouse? The mouse is constantly thinking that he is doing the elephant a favor, and the elephant goes about, because the elephant has crossed this bridge, he does not need those instructions. He's just going along because he enjoys the ride, he loves the ride, and he goes along. The mouse is worried, constantly worried all the time. And the mouse is asking the question constantly. So you can see the elephant and the mouse are two characters that are all, both of them are within you. Who is the elephant?
What?
The elephant who operates from the heart, and the mouse?
Is a mind.
Huh?
Mind.
From the brain.
Yeah.
You see, from the brain. And so if you have to choose between the mouse and the elephant, but a lot of you said that I am the mouse and not the elephant. So you have to choose between the mouse and the elephant. Which one would you choose?
Elephant.
And who will choose why would you choose the mouse? You're trying to help the elephant. See how interesting the story gets. The story is not this. The story is not. Please get the wonderful. And why you saying elephant? You saying mouse and elephant? Huh? Why mouse? Because you're trying to help the elephant. Other mouse here. Why mouse? Yeah, then why mouse? Because
He was a very talkative.
he was what? Talkative. You are talkative also?
Yes.
Oh, no. No problem. So, yeah, you were saying something. I can't hear you.
He was helping that.
He was helping the elephant. So, the interesting thing is that you will see within you there is also always a conversation. The mouse and the elephant is nothing but an ongoing conversation between our life and our mind. And you see, you hear your own, when you are attentive, you will hear this something is always going on within you, like a talk going on between you and you. You say, oh, shall I do this? Shall I eat the cookie? Will my dad say something? If I eat it, what will happen?
Yeah, sometimes.
Something is always going on in the head. This conversation is going on. Elephant mouse conversation is going on. So life-mind conversation is going on constantly. So if you have to see whom should you follow, should you follow life or should you follow your mind?
Both.
You must, because you've been given a mind. Mind is important. But you have to pay attention to
But
life.
we can ask our father if we want to eat the cookie.
Sorry?
We could ask our father if he wanted to eat the cookie. That is, we want.
Yeah, you can ask your father if you want to eat the cookie, but that's an interesting thing to do. But before you do that, there is always an internal conversation going on.
Yeah.
So you have to see that you have to learn from yourself, from whatever is happening inside your mind. If you start paying attention to that, this is called reflection. Whatever is happening inside your mind is as important as what you're reading outside. So you have to pay attention to what is going on inside you. So the first thing in learning is that you have to be comfortable with yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then you figure out what is going on inside your head when you're learning. So if you're sitting with a geography book or a mathematics book and you're thinking of Tintin or you're thinking of what your teacher told you, you're not going to learn.
Yeah.
So to allow your mind to settle down, you allow your mind to settle down, because if you're already full in your mind, you are not going to be able to learn anything. So I'm going to end this with a little bit of a, can you open this? Okay, I have some coffee here, right? And I'm drinking my coffee. I will drink it, pour some coffee.
What time is it? What time is it?
So see, I have a cup of coffee and I am pouring a little bit more. There's no more coffee coming out, Michael. Okay, so I'm pouring a little bit more and I keep pouring and I keep pouring. What will happen if I pour more? Overflow. So if your mind is already full with whatever, you can't learn a thing. So what you have to do is to sit down and start watching what is going on in your mind. If you will learn anything, start watching. So if you're saying, I don't like mathematics, before you learn mathematics, something will go on in your head. He says, oh, I don't like mathematics, I failed. I got 45 out of 100. The teacher doesn't like me. If you start the day with that conversation, you will never love mathematics.
We are supposed to keep on trying.
You see? See, the point is that you have to first see what is going on in the head. And this conversation between the mouse and the elephant is constantly going on. Life and mind are always talking. And when the conversation is so much, your head is full like a cup of coffee. And if you have more such negative conversation, it will overflow over and you will not learn anything. So you have to empty the cup in order to fill it. What is emptying the cup? More you start observing the conversation, the more conversations will become less and less and less, and then you will start learning. Then you can learn what you learn. Is that clear?
Yes.
You had a good day so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So enjoy your little beverage and give them probably more books, right? So each of them should have one for home. Okay, and I know you have read the book only when you write 2 lines or 3 lines or 4 lines on what you liked about the book. Okay, if you did not like it, don't write to me because I feel very bad. Okay, so write to me 2-3 lines and give it to Mr. Michael. I will see what you have written about the book. Okay, is that all? Is that all? Sure. What about?
The book is always not able to open.
Yeah. So you'll get books of other kinds, not just my book. Okay. So Michael sir will give you those books. You read this and you write 2-3 lines on what you liked about the book. Okay. What is interesting about it? You can do a review. That's right. So you already know what review is. So you can give the review to him, and you get used to getting reading, because reading is no, I don't read it now. So,
Those who are interested can take
those who are interested can take this. Okay. All the best to you. All the best to you, and enjoy the rest of your day. It was a great opportunity to meet you, all of you. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. So how was the session?
Amazing.
Okay. So now I will invite our librarian, Mr. Abbas Michael, to give a brief introduction about the children's library.
Right.
So,
Okay, good morning and you all happy Children's Day. This is something, a unique idea will come up. School is going to have a children's library section in the library. Students are going to contact our team. This is a temporary arrangement. And since all of you like the stories, what I'm thinking is, mostly immediately starting from next 15 days or so, we'll start online storytelling sessions for all of you. We'll identify some storytellers and we'll conduct the online storytelling session. Once this COVID restriction is removed, we can have physical storytelling sessions in the library on weekly basis. Monthly basis will decide based on your response and your interest. So there will be hundreds of books. Right now we have 300 or 400 books. All of you can borrow these books in your parents' account. We already made the arrangement for that. Starting from today or maybe tomorrow, whenever you come to the library, my team will be there to just guide you and keep reading the books. And whenever you come across any good books, feel free to send an email or suggest give a note in the counter so that you will do that for you. So now on, you don't need to buy any of the story books or any books if you want to read. You can always ask our library to propose that. Of course, that's what I'm doing. Feel free to do that. In fact, I have done that once a day. Now what I will do is collect all of your contact number or your email ID and directly I'll approach you. Because last time I approached you, your parents, now we'll approach you directly. Yeah.
Great. Good to see you here and keep visiting the library.
Do that. Yeah, I know that Karthik have a lot of books and based on that you suggest so that others will benefit from you, okay? Good books you can always suggest, you can make it out of it.
Thank you.
This is about our children's library plan right now. Over to you.
okay, so hope you all enjoyed the session. So we are coming to an end to this section. And I hope you will make use of the children's library at the best. So now I invite Aditi, since I'm not to give the vote of thanks.
Hello everyone, I am Aditi and today on behalf of all the children here, I would like to propose a vote of thanks. Thank you Director Sir and Aditi ma'am for inspiring us with your words. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. By reading books, we can increase our imagination. Thank you Nakul Sir, the library team and the entire IIM administration for opening up a children's library and organizing this event for us. Thank you.
Thank you.